for Coach.
Fran, it just kind of seemed like there was a lid on the hoop for you guys tonight at times. What do you attribute that to?
I thought we got good shots. Some that normally go in didn't go in. It happens. I don't attribute it to anything. I don't think much about it. We won the game, did what we had to do.
Coach, Arkansas State had a lot of rebounds, a lot of turnovers, a lot of fouls, real scrappy team. How did your team adjust to that?
Well, you have to, because you're right. I mean, you identify what their style is. Especially when they downshift and go small. So they put all their, guards out there, and they just go off the bounce, and they fly at the glass, and they fly around, and they put their hands on you. They're very physical. It's a style that they employ, and they've been pretty successful with it. They won the last game, scored 100 points, made 19 threes. The game before that, they got down big and came back and took the lead in the second half on the road. You got a team with a bunch of old guys that are athletic and talented, that are physical. It was a good test for our guys to have to deal with that.
Fred, I'm sure it's at least part of the plan. Were you impressed by how your guys were able to get downhill, get in the paint, score in the paint, especially when the three-point shot was just not falling?
Yeah, the three-point shot was not falling, so it was very important that we get downhill, that we throw the ball inside. Wisconsin beat them throwing the ball inside, so we wanted to get the ball inside to Ben, and we went to Owen when he was in there, and he did pretty well. Got fouled down the stretch, struggled at the line there, but he's usually pretty good with that. So I thought our recognition and our ball movement, sharing the ball, was really good. And we fumbled a few plays that we were really working, and Tony missed one, and Ben fumbled one, and Peyton fumbled one. That's not normally us, but we got the stops we needed to get the win.
James just told us DeSante's turnover to assist is 17-1 this season.
That probably leads the country.
Is this
I think.
Is this the DeSante Bowen that you expected to see eventually when you brought him in here?
Yeah, there's no question about that. I mean, he was a phenomenal player on the AAU circuit and in the prep school circuit. Nobody saw it as last year because it was pandemic, so nobody went to the games. We had seen him when he was a sophomore. And the thing about him, he's really talented. He's a good athlete. He can run your offense. He can make plays. He plays defense. He rebounds. But he's one of the finer people you'll ever come across, from a great family. And we're just proud to have him on our team.
Coach, there's a sequence in the first half. Owen had hedged on the screen, gotten back, got a block. Tony kicks it to Josh for a three. Is that kind of like a perfect sequence?
Yeah, no question. Or we throw it ahead and we throw it in, something like that. But Owen is he's getting there. He's real close. I have a lot of confidence in him. I didn't play the freshmen as much tonight, but when I did, they were effective.
DeSante had those first half, second half, he had the opening points. What do those two plays show about him?
Well, it tells you he's locked in, but it's really important when you're playing a team of this caliber, because they come in and they get a lead on you. They're going to be hard to beat because of how they play and the number of three-point shooters they have, the number of drivers they have, the number of offensive rebounders they have, and the veteran guys that they have. And a lot of these guys didn't start at Arkansas State, but they're there now. They scored a ton of points somewhere else. A lot of transfers, and the veteran guys that are back all scored the ball at a high level for them. So, there's a lot of ways you can go with a game like this in terms of scheduling, and this was a good one for us, and we knew it.
It seems like Ben doesn't really get too high or too low, pretty even keel. I guess what's the value of having someone that's that experienced that kind of is just level? And
it's just a completely different situation for him. There's nothing he hasn't seen. Owen and Lodgy and Price and Brock, they're trying to figure it out on the fly. He's already been through it. I mean, look at him, 25-9, 2 assists, 4 steals, 3 blocks. He's affecting the game in a lot of different ways. Those guys will get there. But obviously, Ben's there. He's in year 5.
Fran, a little bit of that, I mean, like we've talked about, they're a gritty team, hard-nosed team, physical team. Offensive rebounds 10 in the first half. Do you credit them for that? Is it something that the guys weren't quite
A
doing?
little disappointed in us. 16 is too high a number. But you have to give credit to them because they were flying around and they're tipping it, keeping it alive, never quit on it. I mean, you got to give your opponent credit in situations like that. So we got to do a better job gang rebounding because if they're shooting threes, they're coming long. They shot 24 threes, so that ball's coming. They missed 14, so they're coming long. You got to make sure you get those.
It looks like no matter who you play in San Diego, you're gonna be playing two good teams.
Right.
What will the coming week do for you?
Well, it prepares you for what's coming after that. You know, we have Iowa State, we have 2 league games, and we have the league schedule, which we know how difficult that is. So, you know, when you get an MTE of this caliber, you know what you signed up for. And we signed up to play really good teams in a great environment, you know, on television. It's great exposure for the program. It's a great opportunity for the players. And you're playing teams from Pac-12 team, Big 12 team, Big East team. We just played a Big East team, you know, and that's ultimately going to make your team better, but who knows who you're going to play in the NCAA tournament. You know, we play well enough to get there. Those are the kind of teams you're going to play. The styles are different, and that's important.
Ben's obviously playing at a high level, but are there areas you're still challenging him to get better in?
Well, one of them was rebounding, and he was terrific tonight. I mean, he got traffic rebounds. You know, offensively, he's very efficient. He's not a turnover guy. You know, he's not a selfish guy. He gives it up, takes good shots, never stops moving. He also is a guy that screens. You know, when you have guys that shoot a lot, they don't screen. You know, that's a sign of selfishness. Not him. You know, he's going to set his teammates up. He sees flare screen opportunities, flare screen slips. The ball screen action is really good. And he's everything that we hoped he'd be.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Okay, guys.
Thanks, Coach.